Welcome, fam. Ready to get into the concept that all businesses are not brands and why you, human in business for yourself, should care? All right, let's do this. Are y'all ready to get on the fast track? Because that's what I'm talking about this week. I'm giving it up straight, no chaser. Why? Because there are so many talented, hardworking business owners out here doing great work, and they're progressing their craft and doing it with passion. And all they need is this one thing. It's the thing that they either don't know they need, or they are very clear they need it, but are having a hard time working out where to start or how they can get it all done. So I'm working to solve that. So let's get right on into it. We're starting right here. All businesses are not brands, but all brands should be handled as a business. When you're doing it right, developing a brand is far more than a focus on identity assets. The logos, colors, fonts, website design, social media addressing. It's actually more of an all things considered business development approach. It's holistic. I mean, after all, your brand is your business and your business is your brand. So you're probably like, Melissa, what are you talking about? So let's back up just a little bit. Okay. When I say all businesses are not brands, when business identities or business entities are primarily focused on the transaction and the margin with very little interest in the customer experience, that's a pretty telling sign that the business is not built to be a brand. When you insert passion and an active mission into that business, you now have a potential for a brand. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, you have to be concerned about your margins and you have to be concerned about how to be profitable. But you need to be just as concerned about what your customer, your fan base, your client base experience is and making sure that you're building that connection. So, this is a business that is most likely interested in delivering an exceptional result for its end beneficiaries. The business wants to know their customers and knows how critical it is to understand the customer's needs, desires, challenges, aspirations. It's the foundation for a long-term business success. So I've had the opportunity to work with brands, big and small, that run the gamut from internationally recognized to hyper local grassroots businesses and even public figures. Hands down, those who have the most success, meaning they make it to their goals and even exceed their goals, they are always those who put in the work to go beyond the surface to understand who are most likely to be their loyal customers and how to connect with them. And they do it. They actually make the connection. So it's not a one and done effort. And the most important thing is getting started and starting right. Eye on the prize to build a strong foundation by creating crystal clear clarity and continuing the effort to maintain and convey that clarity. So this is how the road to legacy is created. So let me clear up something that's really important. The distinctions in the world of all things marketing and communications. What is branding and what are the features and the benefits? Why should you prioritize brand development right now? Okay, so I often get the question, what is it that you do? Which then usually provokes a discussion on what brand development actually is. Usually there's confusion about what it is or comparison to other areas of marketing and communications. In the most simplistic description, here's what I can offer. Your brand is your reputation, and branding is the strategy that tells your narrative, which affects your reputation. Essentially, it's your story. It's your visual identity, the messages you share, tied all the way up in a bow. So without this, you have no clear foundation. You have no anchor that allows you to move forward in a long-term successful marketing execution. Really important. Marketing is the execution of your brand. It's how you communicate your brand, build the engagement, and drive the revenue. And this is what shows up in your campaigns, your marketing campaigns, your commercial ads, events, any cool tactics that you're employing. Public relations is a strategic communications process. It's intended to influence and build relationships with key stakeholders. So it usually reaches the consumer as the lowest priority in a sense, and is intended for engaging media to get scale, create conversation. Sometimes it's for drama. um, and it connects with the biggest players, right? The biggest players that you want to recognize who you are and what you're doing. And then it's a trickle down effect that gets to the consumers. Okay. So think of your brand and the process of brand development as the foundation of all your communication efforts. An authentic brand should still look and sound and feel like you decades from now. It's about staying true to your roots, right? So it doesn't mean something doesn't shift along the way. And if it does, you'll address it to make sure it's clear to the world what that shift is, why it happened, and you'll make it felt. So your brand is consistent, and therefore, consistently letting your consumers, your partners, your team know why you are uniquely positioned to solve that meaningful problem that you address. So, a strong brand development is key for strong marketing and PR execution. My point being, don't diminish the importance of brand development. If you want to do this right, if you really want to be set up for legacy and not feel crazy and just really have a clear mind, you've got to put this as a priority on your list. So, the biggest mistake that growing brands make when considering brand development are the ideas that branding is about visuals. Their business is not ready. It's not successful enough, or you're not big enough. Um, they need a big budget or a full team to develop a branding and marketing strategy. Strategy development is time consuming. Brand awareness does not affect direct sales. That's not true. And what do these misconceptions lead to? Dream killers, baby. They are dream killers. They are goal sabotagers. They are business destroyers, right? And how do you know that that's happening? It shows up in these ways: procrastination, right? Playing small, neglecting to plan, or just straight up confusion. If you're confused about how to describe your brand, how to connect with your end fan base, client base, consumer, everybody else is going to be confused too. When they say the rolls downhill, the domino effect, it starts with you. So legacy delay is the ultimate doom that comes with not prioritizing your brand development. I'm on a mission. I am seriously on a mission to clear up exactly how these misconceptions are null. So stay tuned, follow with me here, and I'll be giving you clarity on exactly what you need to do to make sure you are on track to creating your brand legacy. As a matter of fact, when I see you next, I'll give you the deets on the number one most important thing a brand needs to do and how to do it. I'm talking about getting clear on exactly who your most faithful cheerleaders are, what person that person who is most likely to be your repeat customer, who's most likely to brag about what you've done for them and send you referrals. Wouldn't you like that? So stay tuned. I can't wait to bring this to you. I want to have your consistent and constant feedback on what I'm delivering to you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, or shoot me an email. Communicate with me and tag or share this information with a business owner or a brand that you know is working on growing to the next level. All right. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon.